back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
We've got some breaking news, full-time family. Francis Ngannou, the Predator, has been granted his wish and given a UFC heavyweight title shot versus Stipe Miocic at UFC 220. This fight is scheduled to headline UFC 220 in Boston. Daniel Cormier versus Volkan Ozdemir is now the new co-main event. I cannot wait for this fucking whole card. I don't even know how the rest of the card's gonna fill out, but just those two fights, you can have my money. Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic, Daniel Cormier versus Volkan Ozdemir. And one interesting thing about this card, it is on Boston January 20th. Guess what else is January 20th? Bellator, I don't know the number. Bellator 192, Rory McDonald versus Douglas Lima. On that card is Chael Sonnen versus Rampage Jackson. So the UFC is going to be counter-programming Bellator with big cards. Both of Bellator and the UFC, this is going to be huge cards for them. As Bellator, there's also Michael Chandler versus Goiti Yamauchi on that Bellator card. But with that being said, this UFC 220 card is most likely going to outshine it, especially with Francis Ngannou's most recent performance, where he uppercutted Alistair Overeem and knocked him out in the first round in a shot that was heard throughout the world. Francis Ngannou, the Predator, undefeated in the UFC heavyweight, finished everybody he's fought in the UFC. I'm pretty sure. I'm about 100% sure on that, 99 at least. So with that being said, Francis Ngannou's on like a six fight finishing streak in the UFC. He's most recently beat Alistair Overeem. Before that, Andrei Arlovsky. Now he's going to be facing Stipe Miocic. Definitely the toughest test of his career. But yo, I'm pretty sure Francis Ngannou opened up as the heavyweight, as the betting favorite in this heavyweight title fight, even though he's the challenger. Francis Ngannou's got a whole lot of hype behind him, and that hype train went to full speed over the weekend at UFC 218 when he knocked out Alistair Overeem in the co-main event. The UFC is doing a great job, in my opinion, on capitalizing, you know, since he came out healthy, capitalizing on that momentum of Francis Ngannou and booking him in a quick turnaround fight, because now everybody, including myself, can go tell everybody, like all the casual fans and everybody else that's somewhat interested in MMA, like, yo, remember Francis Ngannou from last weekend? He's booked to get the title shot next month. Everybody's gonna be tuning in. I really think I'm really still interested to see how this UFC 218 pay-per-view numbers did, because I felt like it was a great card, but I don't know if the casual or the general public appreciated it as much. But still, I just think this is a great move by the UFC. It's also the fight to make. I mean, the other heavyweight title contender was Fabricio Werdum. He was the only other option at this point. And Fabricio Werdum, we really saw him face Stipe Miocic not too long ago. Francis Ngannou's new blood. He's a new contender, and we got us a fucking new possible heavyweight champion. Who knows? I mean, I don't know if I can pick Francis. I mean, but I'm the dumbass that picked Alistair Overeem versus Francis Ngannou, I guess, clearly. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but I just figured experience might be on Alistair's side. But man, Francis Ngannou is a whole nother fucking scary dude. So I don't know what's going to happen in this fight. I don't know who I'm going to pick, so don't ask me. But with that being said, this fucking literally just made my night. Holy smokes. Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic on top of Daniel Cormier versus Volkan Ozdemir on the same card. The light heavyweight and the heavyweight UFC champion. Are you fucking kidding me, dog? It is what it is. Let the full-time family know what the fuck you talking about in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.